In a world destroyed by an army of super lame robots, only one man, his space bus, and a couple dozen heavily armed mercenaries can save that world from total destruction. They are the Super Time Force. Oh man, this one was a real delight. So, Super Time Force is at its core your classic action shoot 'em up. There are a variety of levels with all sorts of robots and monsters populating them, and you pick a heavily armed mercenary who has to make his way through the level, blasting everything in your path. Now, there are quite a few different characters to choose from, and each one has their own unique weapon and special ability. Now, as you fight your way through a level, if your character dies, you go back and you can select a new character to continue the fight with. What makes Super Time Force unique, though, is that when you go back to select a new character, you don't just go back to the beginning of the level, you go back in time. Your previous character and all of their actions get rewound, but not erased. And this is the key to the genius of Super Time Force, that you are essentially replaying a level with yourself, benefiting both from your successes and your failures. Is an enemy too tough to beat? Well, what if you had 12 other versions of yourself also laying down suppressing fire? Suddenly, the tables have turned. What's interesting is that the time mechanic of the game is responsible both for a lot of the fun, since you get to lay down crazy amounts of firepower against your opponents, but also a lot of the strategy of the game. You see, what can happen is, if you die during one of your current runs, you can rewind time and then come back with a new character. If you manage to eliminate the threat that killed your previous character in the first place, you save yourself, and your previous incarnation will become a power-up for your current incarnation. It's amazing because it's almost like a dual-layered shoot-'em-up. The first layer is the classic shoot-'em-up design, where you're trying to learn the level and your enemy's attack patterns and get past them and destroy them. And then the second level is where you're trying to learn your own attack patterns and how to best use the lives and the deaths that you accumulate throughout the level. Also, you don't have to just slash and burn your way through the campaign either. There are plenty of optional objectives to complete in the levels as well. Collectibles to grab and unlock, time trials to complete, to see if you can get through the level as fast as possible. There are even puzzle missions where you have to utilize one specific character's abilities to their fullest extent. There's a lot to keep you on your toes in each level. Overall, though, Super Time Force is just really impressive. It's a shoot 'em up that takes a very simple idea like rewinding time and then uses it to best possible effect. Sure, it's got a fun goofball storyline and a charming retro aesthetic, but it's the gameplay, this strategically planned overcompensation. That's where the game really shines. So yeah, 4 out of 4 stars, easy recommendation. It's a great action game, it's a great shoot 'em up, all mixed with a kind of quirky time puzzle game. Well, thanks for listening, and if I made any mistakes, well, this video will probably be better the second time round. Okay, what the hell? This mission is only 60 seconds long, but I've been at it for half an hour. Either I'm really good or really bad.